It's a nice snowy day out here today, which means it's a perfect day to build this guy.
What's going on, everybody? MJ Feldy here, back with another Lego set review video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the UCS, or Ultimate Collector Series, A-Wing Starfighter. And this set actually came out in May of 2020. I believe it was the May the 4th UCS set that came out that year. And I am just getting it now, just because I was like, oh, I'll just, wait till the next month, I'll see if I can find a good deal on it, which, usually never happens with UCS sets, but, I've just put off purchasing this set, and I don't really know why, but it's a really great set, and I guess I've just had my mind on buying other things, especially pieces for the huge Star Destroyer back there, but and things like that. And actually for Black Friday and all the Christmas deals and everything, this was actually out of stock for a while and just recently came back in stock. So I had some Christmas money, so I jumped on the first opportunity that I had to get this set when it finally came back in stock. So I pulled the trigger and finally got this set, and I'm really excited to have it in my hands here. And man, Lego really knows how to sell a product. Just with the all black box art for the 18 plus lineup that Lego is going for, it just looks so perfect, especially for these UCS sets. So I'm really excited that Lego is going with this box art for all of their UCS sets in the future, which just looks super awesome. They definitely know how to target that age range for the adult collectors, so that is really awesome.
What is going on, everybody? MJ Feldy here, back with another Lego set unboxing and review video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 75275 UCS, or Ultimate Collector Series, A-Wing Starfighter. The set contains 1,673 pieces and is recommended for ages 18 and up. Now, I am super excited to take a closer look at this Lego set. Now, at the bottom, you can see that there's some detailing of all sorts of different Lego bricks and pieces, sort of just compiled there to add to the detail of the box art there at the bottom banner. So that's really cool. They've been doing that a lot with the new Lego set box art, not just the 18 and up Lego sets, but with, all of the Lego set lines that they have, which is pretty cool. On the side of the box, there's another picture of the A-Wing there all put together, and it also says Ultimate Collector Series there at the top. And then the banner there with all of the black Lego pieces continues to the side of the box as well. Now, I just wanted to note that at the top of the box, it has the French translation to A-Wing Starfighter, which I thought was pretty funny. And then on the top of the box as well, there is a picture there of the one minifigure that you get with this set, which is the A-Wing pilot, and that is the actual size of it. Back of the box shows off the A-Wing on its stand with its information plaque there, and then also some play features and the dimensions of the set as well. Enough talking about the box, let's get to opening this set. Now, the unboxing experience is pretty much the same for any Lego set. There's just two pieces of tape here. Now, the first thing I wanted to point out is the instruction manual here, and you do get two sticker sheets there. I assume this one is for the cockpit, and then the second one is for the rest of the ship. But I'm very happy my instruction manual did not get bent, so that's always nice. And also on the back, there's another emblem there of the A-Wing with a Rebel logo there, which is pretty cool. completed A-Wing Starfighter. Now, first things first, let's take a look at the only minifigure that we get with the set. The A-Wing pilot is a nice inclusion to the set, especially since most UCS sets don't come with any minifigures. He doesn't actually scale to the set, obviously, because this set is way bigger than minifigure scale, especially if you look at the cockpit and the seat in there and everything. But it is always nice to get a minifigure in one of these Ultimate Collector sets. But overall, minifigure looks pretty accurate to what we see on screen. I do, in fact, have an older A-Wing pilot to compare it to from one of the older play scale A-Wing sets. And as you can see, they look relatively similar, except for the one on the left that comes in the set is obviously a lot more detailed, especially on the leg printing, and the coloring on the torso is also a lot more accurate. And you can see some of the coloring differences there as well. But the helmet mold is actually pretty much exactly the same. Maybe a few coloring differences here and there, and things like that, just some subtle details. And then you can see the vest colors are also different as well. But yeah, he does look definitely more updated than the previous A-Wing pilots that we've gotten. That's pretty much everything for this minifigure. Now let's take a look at the Ultimate Collector Series A-Wing Starfighter. My first impressions of the A-Wing are that, first of all, this thing is way bigger in person than I originally thought it would be. A-Wings are pretty sleek and compact ships and are designed to be fast and aerodynamic. At first I wasn't a fan of the scale that the designers went with for this set, but let me tell you, after having the set in hand, it just really works for me. Of course, it's way bigger than minifigure scale, so unfortunately you can't put your pilot in the cockpit without it looking a little bit off. Now, I must say that I like UCS sets a lot more when they're scaled perfectly with a minifigure, but these sets are designed to be display pieces, so I guess it doesn't matter all that much if you're going to have it on display all the time. Plus, obviously, they had to scale up the ship in order to make it meet the $200 price range for a UCS set, otherwise it'd just be a really good looking play scale A-Wing. Now, first let's take a look at the overall details of the Starfighter, and later we can talk about the super complex Technic structure holding this set together. Starting with the nose of the ship, I really like how they achieved the little gap at the front with some wedge plates stuck on some snot bricks to fit perfectly with the decline angle of the nose of the ship. There are also these two raised sections with stickers on the 1x2 tiles to add some more detailing. Now, I know I said we would talk about the internals of the set later in the video, but while we're over here I might as well show you how the designers achieved these angles at the sides of the ship. First of all, they used a ton of bracket pieces so that the curves continued to the bottom of the ship as well, but there's only a single ball joint that connects each side of the Starfighter to the rest of the ship, and the 1x1 3 wedge plates also fit seamlessly to the body of the ship when it's all put together. Now, the A-Wing isn't completely symmetrical. There are a few bits of light bluish gray sprinkled here and there, and there are 3 slope bricks on the right side of the ship that actually have gray detailing printed on them. Of course, in the center of the A-Wing, we have the cockpit, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that the windscreen piece is a new mold. If not, it's definitely a new piece in the trans clear color. Unfortunately, those are 3 stickers on the cockpit, and it was not fun trying to match them up perfectly, and you can see right there there's a little gap between the stickers where I messed up putting them on. The windscreen is held in place by 4 studs so it can be easily detached to access the cockpit. The cockpit contains a nice tan leather seat for the pilot, as well as a shifter knob and control panel. You can also adjust the seat forward and backward. On either side of the A-Wing are the main laser cannons that rotate 180 degrees thanks to a gear system in the body of the ship. There's a sticker on either side of the engines to add to the detail, and I like the effect of the trans yellow dish pieces the designers used for the thrusters. Speaking of the engines, I also wanted to point out probably the most frustrating thing while building this set, which was that in the instructions you build these 2 Technic structures that go on either side of the body of the ship, and there's a Technic rod that sticks out, so later when you build the engine piece it connects to that Technic rod. But when you put the engine piece on the Technic bit, there's a huge gap between the engine and the rest of the ship that it never shows in the instructions. So I ended up just sliding the Technic beam down until the gap went away, which I guess works, but it wasn't clear at all in the instructions. I also forgot to mention that you can rotate the top and bottom fins or wings, whatever they're called, on the A-Wing to whatever angle you want. So now let's talk about the internals of the A-Wing Starfighter. Now, literally half of the build for the A-Wing is just straight up Technic. I'm not a huge fan of Technic myself, but it does make the ship a lot stronger, but the set had way more Technic than any other UCS set that I've built. There are a ton of super ingenious building techniques that the designers use that I can't even comprehend, but it sure ended up making the set a whole lot stronger. The A-Wing comes with a display plaque with a bunch of information about the set like all the UCS sets do, and the stand for the A-Wing is almost identical to the one for the UCS Y-Wing. But anyway, the top of it fits inside of a 4x4 hole in the middle of the ship in order to hold it in place. You can display it a number of different ways as well, and these are some of my favorites. I really enjoyed building this set, and it is another fine addition to my UCS set collection. It really looks good next to my Slave 1 and Y-Wing Starfighter, and I would definitely recommend purchasing this set if you are on the fence about it at all, because the rumor is that it'll be retiring here pretty soon. That's it for this LEGO set review. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.